Hello everyone, welcome to another video announcement. Hope you're having a great week. As you know, we are in Module 4 Part 1 this week, and we've started talking about our e-portfolios. Hopefully those of you who don't have an e-portfolio yet have created one or in the process of doing that. Also ask you to look over the checklist for that, and coming up in Module 4 Part 2, which opens tomorrow, you will be completing that checklist and turning it in. So you might want to take a look at that now. Completing the checklist does not mean you have your e-portfolio complete. It just means that I know where you're at in that process. So just like the capstone assignment timeline, it's the same kind of concept that just want to see where you're at. So go through every section in the checklist, fill out what you have done and what you have not, and then set some goals on how you can get the e-portfolio filled and completed by the time it's due later on in the semester. So as you know, also in this current module, we are talking about our IDPs. This is a good chance to kind of revisit the goals we set in the 300 course and on our IDP, and kind of take a second look at that. So thank you for those who have posted that. You don't have to respond to other people's IDP blogs, but if you so desire, you can. So I'm hoping that will just be kind of a group exercise in thinking about goal setting, how we can keep that going as we graduate and move ahead, and how we can look back sometimes, see the goals we've made and whether they've been met or not. Coming up in Module 4 Part 2, beyond the e-portfolio checklist, we're also going to be submitting our capstone assignment proposal. And as you know, that's a little more in depth than the timeline we did earlier in the semester. I would like you to use the information you put in your timeline to kind of perfect the capstone proposal, but that comes due at the end of Module 4 Part 2. So just be working on that. If you have questions about how to fill that out, please let me know. Hopefully by this time you all know where you're doing your service learning and have started it, and that's why I'm having the proposal due at this point in the semester. But that just kind of confirms to me where you're doing your service learning, the kind of project that I know we've talked about on discussion boards and other places, but the finalized version of that project or paper topic, and then some of the sources you've found so far in your research. The sources should be listed on the proposal. They don't have to be cited properly, but I do need to be able to check them over for reliability and so forth. So if you look at the rubric for the proposal, you'll see how I'm grading that. But basically, it's for your benefit and for mine to see where you're at in the process, and hopefully be encouraged at how close you're getting to getting your capstone assignment finished. As well, we're going to look into creating an e-resume, which will be uploaded to your e-portfolio. E-resume is different than a text-based resume that you already created in 300, but an e-resume is more like a picture or your work experience in images. So there's a lot of different websites you can use to do that, including LinkedIn. So I'm encouraging you to try something new, get your information and the experience you have in your workplace out into a new format. We all do know that the word-based resume is still important, but the e-resumes are a good way to kind of showcase your talent in a way that might catch a prospective employer's eye. So that's what we're hoping to do as we start that in this coming module. And then there is a journal as well that I'm asking you to complete. The topic of that journal is thinking about how you might use your e-portfolio and things like the e-resume beyond Boise State. So the good thing about our e-portfolios in Digication is that they can be used after you graduate. You can keep that link that you've been using to get into your e-portfolio. You can share that with others. You can customize the e-portfolio any way you want beyond this class, and you can create multiple e-portfolios, maybe one that specializes on your work experience, one on your academic experience, one on hobbies or things you do outside of Boise State. So it can be a very useful tool, and this journal is just a way for you to start thinking about how you might implement that into your life and use it going forward after you graduate. So those are the assignments coming up. If you have any questions, as you know, please contact me, and if I don't hear from you, I'll definitely see you online. Thanks.